Buy with confidence. It's the Triple J Advantage. 1 year maintenance, 1 year tire and rim protection, key replacement, and $700 coupon book with every new vehicle purchase. Only at Triple J. Customers first.
Half a day, Nick Delgado here with another edition of Cruising with KUAM. We're going to take a tour around with the Zubricks here from the Sandcastle inside Triple J's Mazda 6 Grand Touring Car. Let's take a ride. Hey guys.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. Chris, Ryan, how y'all doing?
Doing well.
How are you?
Great, great. So the past couple of months have been, would you say, somewhat of a roller coaster since receiving this recognition and this award?
It's been exciting, to say the least, absolutely. Having Tony Hassini, the CEO and chairman of the International Magician Society, come to Guam and present us with the Merlin Award was unbelievable. Very cool.
Yeah, and the award, what makes it so prestigious in itself?
Well, it's an international award. The board of directors received submissions from magicians from all over the world presenting their shows, and the award is based on showmanship, talent, originality, and skill. And we were chosen for the best family magic show, which we're quite proud of because we want to present a show that is for children and adults, and something the whole entire family can enjoy together.
Right.
Some of the past recipients have been David Copperfield, Siegfried and Roy, Chris Angel, so all these people that we look up to and looked up to as kids and watched on TV when we were young. So it's really amazing to be in that long list of professional magicians.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, speaking of just being young and being having that passion for magic, I remember the story goes back to just having a magic kit or a toy of sorts where you guys they piqued your interest.
Right.
Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, sure. So that's how I got started in magic, back when they had actually put toys in cereal boxes. I don't know if you remember that period of time. But yeah, I found a magic trick in the bottom of my cereal box, and I thought it was amazing. It was fun, something that I would show my friends and my family, and they couldn't figure out how it was done. So I really built up my self-esteem, and it kind of took off from there. After that, I started doing birthday parties, family events, things of that sort. And then I started going around to restaurants in the area. This is before I could drive, so my parents would drive me to these restaurants, and I'd go table to table, doing close-up card tricks, coin tricks,
Okay.
that kind of thing. And then kind of progressed, and the show got bigger from there. So that's how I got started.
Yeah, I have a similar story. My grandparents bought me a magic kit for my birthday when I was like, I think 6 years old. And I was just in love with it, and I did all the tricks for my friends at school, and then started doing little shows for my family. And then I wanted to get into the big illusions, like I was watching on TV that David Copperfield and Lance Burton were doing. So my dad and I would build illusions together, and they helped, like Chris, drive me around to do shows. And then eventually, fast forwarding, I went to Michigan State University, and I was doing shows as I was going to school, and Chris was living in the area, and we were double booked for the same show, and that's how we met each other.
Wow.
So we showed up at the event and realized, oh, there's two magicians here, so instead of squabbling over the limelight, we just combined our shows, and the result was remarkable. The rest is history.
Right. And how long before you guys made your way to this region?
So we came out to Saipan in 2007.
Okay.
And we originally came out for a 2-year engagement with the Sandcastle Dinner Theater at the Hyatt Regency in Saipan. And we loved it so much, we fell in love with the island and the venue, and we extended again and again, and we ended up staying there 7.5 years. And then
From the 2-year contract.
From the 2-year contract, 7.5 years. And then the company decided to move us to Guam 3 years ago. And we love Guam just as much as we love Saipan. The venue's larger here. This seats about 500. Saipan seated about 250. So it's a larger venue for us. More showgirls, more acrobats, more tigers, more magic. So.
what's it like working on stage with just the crew, especially working with the Tigers?
Yeah, I have to say the local crew is great. They're very passionate about the show, and they always come in every night and do the best job that they can, and we really appreciate that. You have to think, coming from Guam, where all of our stage crew are from, there's not a lot of entertainment venues here and other shows to see. So when they come into the Sandcastle for work, you know, it's perhaps the first magic show that they've ever seen, or the first theater that they've ever been in. So they come in with a really good positive attitude, and they're very excited about it.
Buy with confidence is the Triple J Advantage. 1 year maintenance, 1 year tire and rim protection, key replacement, and $700 coupon book with every new vehicle purchase. Only at Triple J, customers first. Buy with confidence is the Triple J Advantage. 1 year maintenance, 1 year tire and rim protection, key replacement, and $700 coupon book with every new vehicle purchase. Only at Triple J, customers first.
We have about, 20 stage crew working, and each and every one of them really brings their own magic to the show. And
yeah, they do so much of the work behind the scenes. You know, sometimes we're out there taking the bow, but really, you know, they should be the ones taking the bow, because they're the ones that, you know, are bringing in all the scenery and help people levitate and things like that. So they really are a crucial part of the show, and we appreciate their hard work. And working with the dancers are great, the acrobats are great, very talented. It's interesting because they don't speak English, so we have to go through a translator for a lot of communication with them. And the Tigers is amazing too. Sometimes, you know, we'll get into the flow of things and you almost take it for granted because you do it twice a night. But then there's times when the show, when, you know, I'll lock eyes with Caesar or one of the Tigers, and it's like, it really, you know, makes it real that you're working with Tigers on stage.
Yeah.
It feels weird to even say it, you know. Who would have ever thought we'd be doing that?
Does it ever get nerve-wracking or like too close for comfort at points?
During the show, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
During the show, they're kept in.
You guys are professionals, right? Even when it comes to that.
But
we have a really good tiger trainer as well, Daryl. He's worked with countless tigers over the years. I feel very comfortable around him. So he handles all of the animals in the show. So the tigers, the doves, and the chicken. And
during the day, outside of the show, he'll get them out and walk them on stage. And when they're a little bit younger, he'd walk them on the front lawn of Sandcastle.
Yeah.
So there's a few moments when they're on stage, you know, during the day, and we're in the theater too. It's just like, that is a huge animal walking around. That's very powerful. But like Chris said, Daryl's very good with them. And
when they first came, you know, they were about the size of a medium dog, and now they're 500 pounds.
Right.
So it was nice to grow up with them and play with them since they were very little, and bottle feed them. So.
Okay, so you build that bond, that relationship with them while you're working.
You do, but
stage.
They're still tigers.
Right.
At the end of the day.
Right. And what about the crowd? Thank you again for having me come on one time to check out the show. An amazing show. I had so much good things to say about it afterwards. But I noticed the crowd, it can be mixed. Is it mostly you see tourists or locals or?
Sure. We see a lot of Japanese, Korean, Russian tourists, a few Chinese, and then of course the local community comes and supports the show as well. So it's quite a diverse audience, and we appreciate that. It was kind of the same in Saipan as well. It's a different audience than, say, the audience that we'd have back in the States. We don't get the immediate response after the show like we would in the States because of language barrier. Right. After the show, we'll get a lot of high fives and claps and hugs and, you know, great job, and simple basic English, but we don't necessarily hear all of those remarks that we would in the States.
Like, how did you do that?
Yeah.
They want to know the secrets.
And the feedback on what their favorite part was. You know, we constantly want to improve the show. So just knowing what people like or dislike, you know, we wish we could get more feedback so we can continually improve the show and make them happy. So.
Of course. So what's life like outside of the show for the two of you, and now that Guam is home?
It is. We love scuba diving. We enjoy the beaches. The scenery on both Saipan and Guam has been fantastic. We come from Michigan, so we love sharing pictures with family that we're out on the beach and they're buried in
the snow.
some 2 feet of snow. As you may know, we recently expanded our family.
Right. Congratulations.
Thank you. So we have an 8-month-old son, Oliver.
Wow. Time flies.
And he keeps
us busy.
Yeah, he's everything for us right now. So we spend a lot of time with him on the beach, and he loves the ocean. He loves swimming.
We're with him all day until work time. So we'll
right.
go to the park. We'll take him for walks. We're gonna go to Chuck E. Cheese. I know an 8-month-old at Chuck E. Cheese is unheard of, but
start them young.
Yeah.
And speaking of starting them young, I know during the award presentation, you guys spoke a little bit about how you hope to pass this down to Oliver, just the career that you guys are in.
Sure, little Houdinis have to come from someplace, right? So if Oliver chooses to do magic, then we'd certainly like to help him along the way.
It's really interesting when you talk to other couples that have a kid and they're in the magic industry. The kids grow up watching all of it, so there's they lose a sense of wonder. You know, they're backstage, they're watching their parents, from the wings. So we want to try to preserve that for Oliver, so it isn't like, oh, Daddy's cutting somebody in half again. I've seen her do it 1,000 times.
Right.
We want him to still have that wonder and awe that audiences have when they see the show for the first time. So we want him to be immersed in it and have fun, but also kind of hold him back so that we don't ruin the magic for him, so to speak.
Yeah, because the audience, they can see just the energy and the vibe that you're giving off, and each time you guys, I'm sure, bring it. So.
Yep.
Buy with confidence is the Triple J Advantage. 1-year maintenance, 1-year tire and rim protection, key replacement, and $700 coupon book with every new vehicle purchase. Only at Triple J, customers first. Buy with confidence is the Triple J Advantage. 1-year maintenance, 1-year tire and rim protection, key replacement, and $700 coupon book with every new vehicle purchase. Only at Triple J, customers first.
What about just in your journey leading up to today? Has there ever been any challenges for either of you?
We do. Well, Ryan and I both competed a lot when we first started out. So the challenge of creating a unique and original act and taking that into magic conventions, like any career field, magicians have conventions. So we grew up about 2 hours drive from each other, but there's a small town called Colon, Michigan. It's actually the magic capital of the world. It was the headquarters for the Blackstone touring show.
Okay.
And every year they have an annual, they call it a get-together, and magicians from all over the world essentially converge on this very, very small town. And there are evening shows, there's lectures from various magicians on different topics. There's a dealer's room that magic shops are selling their wares. And then there's a competition. And there's a junior stage competition, a senior stage competition, and then also close-up, which is like card and coin magic. And so Ryan and I both competed on the same stage. Didn't realize it until many years later when we were looking through pictures that we were actually performing on the same stage together. He was in the junior division, I was in the senior division at that time. But so doing stage competitions was certainly a challenge. I've always had the full support of my family, so there wasn't any challenges there or adversity from family saying, I'd rather you be a doctor, not a magician. They've always supported me doing magic. I'm happy for that because magic has taken me literally around the world, and I've met a lot of amazing people and seen a lot of really neat places.
Yeah. And for you, right?
Yeah, I think similarly, it was a challenge growing up to come up with material to compete with. We both did the competitions when we were young, which can be very cutthroat in the magic industry. And then through college, we kind of toured around the Midwest while I was still going to school, as I started to do that. And then I think, you know, we kind of did what we wanted to in our show. We had free reign to do what we wanted to. And then coming here, it was a little bit, I wouldn't say a challenge, but a new outlook on things to kind of work with a production team, a choreographer, a director, you know, lighting designers and stuff like that. We're used to doing everything on our own. So, you know, Mark Baldiga is the director for the show. So we collaborate very well. And over the years in Saipan, they put their trust in us and we put together new routines and put stuff on stage. And, you know, they were very good with that. And we changed the whole show over in the course of the time we were there. So I think at times that can be an interesting collaboration to work with different people that have different ideas, but it also opens up, you know, our eyes to how things could be done a different way or presented in a different way, or different music, different lighting, different choreography.
Right.
So I think that's what keeps it fresh and interesting though as well. So
yeah, that leads in to my next question quite well. I was going to ask, how do you think the magic industry has changed or progressed just in the amount of time that the two of you have been in?
So when I first started out in magic, I belonged to, and I still belong to, the International Brotherhood of Magicians. It's a magic society, and we had a ring or a club in Lansing, Michigan. So I would go to that monthly meeting, and I would learn from magic mentors, and we would discuss and we would share in a safe place all of our secrets. Nowadays, with social media and the internet, kids are not going to these meetings anymore, and they're learning everything on YouTube.
Right.
Instead of going into the library and reading a book on magic, it's all video now, which is kind of sad and disappointing, but it's just a new generation.
Do you think that ruins like the awe factor of it all sometimes, or?
I think so. I think so, and they say there's a joke amongst magicians that if you don't want anybody to find out how a secret works, you put it in a book, because nobody reads books anymore. So that's a change on how to learn magic nowadays. So I encourage anybody that's looking to get into magic to find a magic mentor, go to a library, look up the books on magic, study magic that way, stay off of the internet as best you can, and it'll really help spark your own creativity, and you can really hone your skills a lot better that way.
Go back to the traditional ways of learning things.
I think so. And then there's, I'm sure you've heard about the Masked Magician, who was revealing magic secrets on TV. It was a big TV show, and I find a lot of people come to us after the show and go, "Oh, the Masked Magician, you know," and they'll say, surprisingly, I usually turn that off because I don't want to know how the tricks are done.
Right.
I want to be amazed. I want to feel the wonder that magic brings. I'd rather not know how things are done.
It's nice because no matter how old you are, and even for myself experiencing it time and time again, you feel like a kid again.
That's great. Yep.
Buy with confidence is the Triple J Advantage. 1 year maintenance, 1 year tire and rim protection, key replacement, and $700 coupon book with every new vehicle purchase. Only at Triple J, customers first. Buy with confidence is the Triple J Advantage. 1 year maintenance, 1 year tire and rim protection, key replacement, and $700 coupon book with every new vehicle purchase. Only at Triple J, customers first.
So what is next for the two of you?
It's a good question. We're always working on new material. We recently put a new act in the show. It's a prediction effect that we use a young audience volunteer and bring them up on stage, and it's kind of a playful dance with our dancers, and then it goes into magic. I'm not going to give away all the details. You'll have to come check it out for yourself, but we're always working on new material. As far as our time here in Guam, who knows? You know, it's kind of open-ended right now.
Okay.
We're not looking to go anywhere anytime soon. We're having a great time here, really building upon the show and polishing our routines. Yeah, so who knows what's next?
Yeah. Just day by day. Oliver keeps us so busy that
I was going to say, you're going to make
Time
Oliver
flies.
become an island boy pretty much, right?
Yeah, oh, he is already, yeah. So I don't know.
Okay.
We'll see.
And so for people, our viewers that are watching this overseas, or maybe the people from Guam that want to come back and visit, if they want to learn more about how they can go about seeing this show, can you just share that information?
Sure. Well, our personal website is zubrickmagic.com. And you can go on there and see pictures and video from the show, as well as from our past shows. Read a little bit about our history. You can follow us on Instagram as well, and Facebook, all the social media platforms. We do have, at the Sandcastle, we have some local specials going on frequently, especially around holidays and whatnot. So I'd recommend that any locals to call the reservations office and just inquire about what kind of specials are going on. And we do 2 shows a night, 5 or 6 nights a week, depending on the season. So right now we're off on Sundays and Wednesdays, but occasionally we'll pick up one of those days. And we do a show at 7:30, which is a dinner show.
Right.
If you want to go for the dinner option, great steak and lobster plates there. We also have a cocktail show where you can order cocktails but not have dinner and just watch the show. So you can do that at 7:30 or 9:30. Yeah.
Okay. And so any final thoughts just in the past couple of months about receiving this international recognition, the award that the two of you received, and final comments to wrap things up?
I don't know. I mean, it's been a great last few months, you know, between Oliver and the award and the show's going really well. We've been super busy lately, sold out audiences, which have been amazing. Really
yeah, considering everything that the island has went through in the past few months since that threat from North Korea, it's surprising that you say that, you know, been through so much, yet we're still resilient and able to recover and drive on.
We're very thankful to have be working, have full audiences, you know, receive that feedback back, the applause, the excitement that they experience and all that stuff, and work with such a great cast, crew like Chris talked about, the Tigers. I mean, we're really, I hate to say #blessed, but,
but you said it.
I said it. But yeah, it's been great. I mean, you know, Oliver's changed our life, keeps us so busy. Going to work at night is still enjoyable and fun, and as long as it's still fun, we're going to keep doing it. And yeah, the award is, you know, was such an honor, and to be included amongst all those people is great. And to I really enjoy having the title of Best Family Magic Show, because I think that's, you know, as opposed to Best Illusionist or something else, I think, you know, for families, which is so important to us right now, I think that's what we want to be presenting to, and having families come to the show and enjoy it together. So I think I'm really proud of that and happy with that.
So Guam is a small community as well, so if any of the viewers see us out and about, restaurant, grocery shopping, whatever, don't hesitate to say hi.
Okay.
We like to meet new people, and yeah, so don't be shy. Say hi.
At what point will we see Oliver a part of the show?
As soon as he can start walking.
Okay.
Yeah, we'd like to do an illusion with him. I'm not sure quite yet what we're going to do, but we'd like to definitely put him in.
Imagine him running across the stage and all of a sudden levitating up into the air.
Could be. Yeah, we'll get him into the show before long.
Okay.
So.
All right. Let's see. Anything else that you guys that I didn't ask that you want to share before we wrap it up?
Yeah, I can't think of anything. Yeah, please come check out the show.
Yeah.
The show's called Zubrick. It's at the Sandcastle Dinner Theater. Again, we're off on Sundays and Wednesdays.
Okay.
But 2 shows, 7:30, 9:30.
All right, guys, you can check them out there here in Tumon. We've been driving through Tumon and around Upper Tumon with the Zubricks, Chris and Ryan, talking a lot about the new addition to their family, Oliver. Too bad we couldn't get him here today for you guys, but if you follow them on Instagram or anywhere else on social media, you can catch a glimpse of, or 2 or 3 or 4 of him right there. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. And we just want to say real quick, when it comes to being an illusionist, do you feel like this is something you're gonna take on for the long haul, that it's gonna continue for the years to come?
Absolutely. Yeah, I wouldn't do anything else. This isn't even a job. It's a passion.
Right.
It's a love. The art of magic is just, it's unbelievable, and it's what I see us doing.
Yeah, as long as it stays fun and we do it together, we enjoy doing it together, we work so well together, yeah, we'll keep doing it as long as we can.
All right, and something that Guam can definitely use. You know, only so many things that we can do here in our paradise, but thank you for bringing that here.
Sure, not a problem. Well, Nick, thank you so much
You're welcome.
for having us. This has been great. Wonderful driver, thanks so much. Beautiful car.
Great passengers.
But listen, we have to go to a rehearsal right now, so
Okay.
sorry to cut you short, but we got to disappear.
Okay.
All right? We'll see you around.
Well, I guess they were in a hurry. They really had to go. But you can catch them at the Sandcastle again in Tumon for this round of Cruising with KUAM. Guahusi, Nick Delgado. We'll see you next time.